Hi everybody, this is Lydia. I am here to share another part with you guys. So we're on a parts series, and if you haven't listened to the previous ones, please go back and listen to those so you can kind of be up to speed and know what we're talking about and where we're at. Okay, and these are parts given to Mandy from Jesus to share with, first of all, the group. But now we are, since part 50, and we're on part 54 today, since part 50, these are new, and I believe the group has seen up to part, was it maybe 52 or 53 a while back, but now these are like completely brand new. We haven't seen these, most of us. And other than the witnesses to the scribing, because these were scribing messages, and Jesus just poured out his words into Mandy, and she just wrote because as he spoke to her. Okay, so this is January 29th, 2026. And God's physical calendar is 7/10, his spiritual calendar is 12/10, and God's true Gregorian or true calendar, right, like what the Gregorian would be, so the true Gregorian, if it wasn't twisted, is 8/16. Okay, and I also believe that Jesus Christ came in the flesh, he bled and died on the cross, and he rose on the third day, and he is my Lord and Savior, and I love him very much. Okay, and I'm also part of the group of 12 that Jesus is calling together for the end times, to start the end times, and the 12 is symbolic of the 12 birthright lines in the original kingdom. Okay, and this is the message. So as I start allowing some of the major prophecies to fall that Mandy and Cassie and some of my 12 have prophesied, they and my 12 will go missing, and they will have already been called up to heaven as NASA gets ready and makes their first announcement on the world. So he says some of my 12, see, we're on like kind of a layered posting thing here. Okay, I'm back. So I was saying that we're posting in like a layered group thing. So there's like 3 groups, so we're offset, so we're not all doing the same thing on the same day. So there's like 4 groups. I believe actually there's more now because there's more posting. But everyone is posting in the 12. It's just we're on different. We're posting different things on different days. Okay, so it's kind of like different groups within our group in posting. Okay. All right, they and my 12 will go missing, and they will have already been called up to heaven as NASA gets ready and makes their first announcement on the world, which is going to bring deception on the world, because NASA is going to say that they have broken into the firmament with a failed experiment of the Elon Musk space shuttle missions, and the rockets they are using has caused this opening in the firmament. But do not be fooled by their tactics, because I have already showed you that this was their plan all along, to crack into the firmament to find ether. But I have already told you I have removed the ether. This was also their plan all along, because they're planning on blowing up Mercury and using that for part of their deception, marking some of the people for catastrophic destruction. So CERN has been trying to open up the portal, and this is also why they're using these rockets to complete the mission, not only to set it up for the deception that I am allowing to come on this world, but also to conquer the world with the first seal. And part of the deception to counteract the rapture allegations is when they blame the missing in the world being abducted by aliens. They will say there's an unidentified object now coming, and they don't know what it is. But it is a part of their plan and agenda. And it is also a way for them to implement new laws of climate change through fear-mongering to control and to crush the money, making the dollar bill worthless, as well as conquer the world with the opening of the first seal without the bull. It is fear-mongering, and they use that to control, and that is going to be the pre-start of the pre-show of the Great Tribulation when that first seal is finally broken. But before I allow the pre-Great Tribulation to start, the facade, not the real one, I will be preparing the world for my true plans and agenda. Getting the world ready for the supernatural while my 12 are missing. And when NASA makes their announcement, people are going to start panicking and running to the store, and you will see looting and rioting starting in a major way, because people who are not following what is going on through these posts and are oblivious to social media and the news, they will think the world is ending, and they will react and start panicking because social media and the news will start pumping the fear campaigns through their hidden agendas, working for the enemy, trying to crash everything down while also releasing several pandemics, increasing the rumors of war, and watching everything start escalating with the pole shift and what NASA is finding out through discovery cracking into the firmament. It's not just going to be one thing, it's going to be a lot of things piling up, which is going to create panic all over the world, and all of the rumors will start escalating with more hype of the world is ending. So most of your social media campaigns and your preppers will start boasting their posts through fear-mongering, and end-time posters will be displayed throughout social media, lining up all the devil's false prophets that will be talking nothing but wrath, pumping a lot of fear through the outlets of social media, while also bringing confirmations through mainstream media to further the enemy's agenda. So here soon, NASA and mainstream media, they're going to explain how they have let something in our world, and there is going to be a crack in the firmament which starts all the fear-mongering through CERN and the opening of the portals, through the cracking of the firmament and all the speculations of extraterrestrial beings through many different speculations broadcasted throughout the media, the news media outlets, especially mainstream media, pushing the alien deception to make my people believe there is no rapture. So as all of this is compiling here through mainstream media and social media, you're going to see all of this escalate here soon as the hate for my 12 is increasing online. And if you have been following, you will see I have been showing you those plans for a long time leading up to this great deception. So they're going to say there is an unidentified object, and it is here approaching Earth, and it is going to look like an alien mothership. But because they are going to use that excuse to explain the missing that I take during the chaos before the pre-simulated rapture, so they are setting all of this up now, because they know time is short when I make my big call on the world and sound the alarm with my prophets. I am just waiting on a few videos to make headway, and then you're really going to see the hate increasing. So when you start to see these major prophecies fall and the White House does a briefing with NASA, you will notice my 12, they are not responding, and that they all have gone missing. All of the ones who are currently my 12 now with the highest spiritual rankings, and that is because they are getting ready to broadcast to the whole world from heaven. All of these parts and messages with new messages and writings, they will all be speaking, and all of you will need to know and realize that they have been called up to heaven, and that is truly when they are all about to get online and start speaking all of these parts on video to give all of you a chance to believe. And as the hate is continuing to rise and starts increasing online based on the Lori and Chad Daybell remarks comparing the supposedly doomsday killers cult to my 12, and I say supposedly for a reason, and you will soon see why, because all of this I am allowing to go down as part of my plan to show my people how judgmental their hearts are. I am separating the wheat from the tares, and you're going to see how many of you have judged not only my 12, but also Lori and Chad for following my will And you're going to see that they're innocent and they were never behind any murder or any of the charges that they are being allegedly accused of. Just like you are going to see that I have been guiding my 12 and they are not a cult. And you, well, most of you, have wrongly accused them just like you have wrongly accused Lori and Chad. You're also going to see that the kids are alive, and all of this was a setup by the elite through payoffs. And when I finally allow that information to be released, the people who have received the payoffs, they will be caught, and all the charges will be dropped against Lori and Chad, and you will see the entire conspiracy from the beginning to the end, and how everything was set up by the elite will all just crumble down. And how everything that was set up by the elite will all just crumble down. And once this information is leaked, you will see how many people are involved to stop Chad from putting out my heavenly mysteries. And when the children are no longer in a state to be threatened, I will bring them back to this world, because I have used the supernatural and I have taken them to other worlds that I have hidden from the elite and put them in another world to keep them safe. So the forensics, when the real forensics get released, you're going to see it was never those children at all. It was something that was planted by the elite through payoffs to display false information to make Lori and Chad look guilty. It was the enemy's plan all along, just to shut them down, to stop speaking my truth, and I allowed it just so I could test the world. And yes, before you mock this, children, there are other worlds and multiple parallel universes, and you will see that mystery unfold here soon, especially as I foreshadow the ending in the beginning of the veil being removed, of the physical and the spiritual colliding together before I turn the dial back. Stick around for part 55. Wow, you guys. I know there's going to be some major reactions to these, this one for today, this part for today. There's some strong opinions on this, but this is the truth about that situation. And who would know better than God, right? So take this to Jesus. Remember to take it to his feet without accusation and with a humble heart. And he will show you, without you deciding that you know everything. You gotta release that and let him teach you. So we are coming into supernatural times, and things are about to pop off. I know a lot of people have been feeling that, and they're right, because we know, we can sense, right? And Jesus is wanting to show us what is happening and what is truly happening, because we can only see with our natural eyes for the most part yet. But very soon that veil will be dropped, and the spiritual will collide with the physical, and we're going to be able to see into the spirit what is going on in the spirit. And Jesus is wanting to show us these things so we won't be carried away with the deceptions that the devil is trying to bring on this world, because we know that he likes to put us to sleep with his twisting of the truth and his agendas and his projections. So, and false realities. So, and he loves to deceive. He loves to carry people away, just like he tried even to deceive Jesus. And how much more us, because we're not even God. Like, we're so much easier, right? So we are targets. But we know that when we are in Christ, we are safe in the palm of his hand, because then we have become his child, and we have been grafted in, we've been adopted into the family of God. And it says that not one can be taken out of God's hand, not in God's hand and not in Jesus' hand, and they are one. All right, so I love you guys. Also, if you go to my community post section, you will see that I have a list in one of the posts has the reading list, and you will see the books that were historically, according to records, taken out of the Bible. So not the entire Bible is available readily in the Holy Bible, and that was done by the Catholics, I believe, at the beginning, the first, right at the beginning when they started, when the church united with the state, and they took out some books of the Bible because it did not fit their agenda. So, if you want to read the whole Bible, which actually includes a lot of these mysteries that are being reopened now, that Jesus is trying to teach us again, and some are new, which he said would be sealed up until the end. If you want to see those books, you just head on over there and read them. You can find, for some of those, you can find books on Amazon, but for all of those, you should be able to find them on YouTube, audio version. So those are great things to read, great things to get the understanding of, and very pertinent because obviously the devil didn't want you knowing those. It would uncover a lot of things that would make you not as easy to be led away and be in the dark about, even about the end, which is now. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you for a second video because we are having a second video for today. So I will see you in a bit. All right, I love you guys. Bye.